No one else will.
Sounds good, Kevin. All right, let's see. Let's see what there are for opens today. Anyone have opens they want to bring up? Mike, is there anything going on that you're aware of? Any concerns you have?
If that's for the Mike Kinney, no specific concerns. I know we've got the stable tag release at the end of this week, and it looks like there have been only a couple items that have been tagged for the stable tag that are going in during the hard freeze. So it looks like we're at least getting to a good stabilization point.
I know this isn't the InfoSec group, but did the three outstanding issues from the InfoSec group get in?
You can send a note to Mickey on that, Kevin.
Okay.
Michael, is there anything you want to bring up with the feedback or anything else that's happened?
I don't think so. We didn't get, I think, as much feedback as I would have expected, given the amount of verbal feedback we've received in the past. I can send another email to the mailing list asking people to drop by and give their thoughts if they'd like. But other than that, we may have collected what we can for now.
Okay, sounds good.
I will say that so Joey in our team, he's a primary maintainer of the PyTools at this point. He did start a discussion over there for some planned features for a kind of major update to the PyTools. So if maybe like if you're interested in that, you can go take a look in the discussions area of Edk2 PyTool extensions and give feedback on what's being proposed there.
All right, sounds good. I guess, is there anything else? Otherwise, we can have a very short meeting this week.
I had one thing I wanted to bring up in regards to Google test.
Go for it, Darren.
We encountered a couple of, in trying to use Google test in combination with some of the TCG libraries, we encountered some report errors reported because of keywords that are different in C++ versus C, particularly operator and XOR. And these failures kind of make it impossible to use Google test to do anything with that uses the TCG libraries, the TCG 1.2 and TCG 2.0 libraries. It's possible for us to change the libraries, but it would end up being a Pascal case for the library structure definitions. And is this really something that is worth investing time into fixing is really my question.
So Aaron, if you could maybe in an email provide the details. The technique we've used for these kinds of things so far is that it is possible to potentially get another .h file in the path to do some defines. If we can define them to something else for compatibility when we're building for the unit test environment. So if you can, I agree with you, we don't want to modify the existing code unless we have to, but if there's other techniques we can use to get it into a compatible state, that's what I would see if we can accomplish.
Okay, I can write up an email and send it to the mailing list.
Okay, that sounds good. And on the unit testing front, I know Kuhn provided, I think, some feedback about assert testing. And I've got that on my queue to look at in more detail. Did he make more progress, Sean? Do you know?
I think there was a little bit of progress. I think there's another kind of test that's not called a death test or something that he was able to use. But I'll have to have him come back and give an update.
Okay. My other thing I thought of, I haven't tried it yet myself, is, in that path is a call to the debug lib, which the debug lib, what we use in our C code are the macros, but underneath that, it's calling the C APIs debug assert and debug print. We don't have a mocked version of the debug lib yet checked into the MDE package, but I'm wondering if for doing like assert testing to verify that an assert is actually being triggered as a test case, would it make more sense to have a mocked version of the debug lib that you then expect a call to debug assert if you're sending a test case through that you expect to trigger an assert?
Yeah, I think that's what we were looking at, but I think the difference was that somehow, and I have to go look at the details again, this was wrapped up into the unit test lib, and that was kind of why there was a CMACA instance and a standard instance. And so I think Quinn is going to propose that there become a G-test instance of the unit test lib. I believe that got him 3/4 of the
Okay.
way there.
All right. Sounds good. I look forward to some more updates on that so we can get that one nailed down. That's an important use case.
Yep. Yeah, and I'll go remind him that we're waiting on him. Yep. All right. Anything else before we call it for the day? All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet next week.
Thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, bye.